Hello, my friends. How's everybody doing? Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you for joining. If you're here, please kindly put a like. Yeah, please kindly put a like. If you want to join my Patreon private group where I have market updates, occasional trades, where I have my millionaire spreadsheet, and where I have my 100x coins, you can do so by following the links here. Okay, I don't know why it's not sending it. Okay, that's a little too much, yeah. Just a second. And there you go. You can follow me by yeah, you can follow me by pressing those links if you want to join. Also, is going to be left in the comments down below and in the description on this video. Other than that, please kind of put a like. Hello, everyone. Johnny Craig. Hi, Rob. Hope you're well. Hope you're well too, Johnny. How are you doing, my friend? Clarence. Hello, my friend. Draco Magnus. Hello, my friend. Morning, brother. How are you doing? I'm well, thank you, bro. How are you? Albex RP, hello from Australia, Rob. Nice to see you, my friend. Nice to see you too, Albex, right? Thank you for joining, my friend. Leon, hi, Rob from South Africa. Hello, my friend. How's it going down in South Africa? Hope everybody's having an amazing day, my friends. What are you up to? I'm trying to quit Starbucks, so I'm doing a live from home today. It's time for me to start eating properly. I've started eating soups and salads more, and basically meat and a lot less sweet stuff and candy and desserts and all that. And Starbucks, since they're I always take desserts and whatnot. I'm trying to quit. It's kind of time to quit. I'm going to start hitting the gym hard and start doing MMA. Time to start taking care of my health. Ingborg, hello, my friend. Thank you for joining once again. Another regular that I love seeing. Tired of looking at my portfolio and I just woke up. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I'm sorry to hear that. I know that you unfortunately had to sell coins near the bottom, and I'm sorry to hear that, because that's not the phase where you're supposed to sell. I suppose that's the phase where you're supposed to accumulate. So I'm sorry to hear that. Danny XRP Bray, love from Australia. Thank you, my friend. I love Australian people. You guys are very funny and very, you have a great sense of humor and you're very fun to be around always. Yes, Drake, absolutely. Mark, good morning, my friend. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So, all right, my friend, let's get down to it, right? As always, we keep saying the same thing pretty much nearly in every single live because unfortunately it takes a long time for the markets to mature. It takes a lot of time for some kind of big move to come in. Robin, hello, my friend. Thank you for joining. And it takes a lot of time either for a big pump to come in or a huge move down to come in, right? And every single day we come in here and we talk because I enjoy talking to you. I've been doing this like back in 2017, 2018 also. But anyway, right? We know that, for example, once again, if you remember my Patreon, you know that the whole cycle takes a lot of time to play out. I mean, a lot of time to play out, right? We have to wait such a long time for the market to crash. So hundreds and hundreds of days we just sat there on our hands, doing nothing and waiting for the market to crash so that we could finally start accumulating after roughly 80 to 99% crashes, right? So we accumulated there with dollar cost average. We diversified. And once again, now we're waiting for big pumps to come in. And it's going to take a long time once again for these huge pumps to play out so we can start selling. A lot of people are very excited. For example, as usual, we've had these individuals ever since 2016, and since the since the first day I was here, we had these individuals always say that every single day XRP is going to pump and is going to the moon. Literally happens only like probably 10% of the time, and maybe even 5% of the time statistically when XRP goes to the moon. So you just know statistically when you look at numbers that they're 90% full of BS. Right now, we have the same thing again, that XRP is going to the moon. I believe that XRP is going to pump, but I believe it's going to pump with the rest of the market. In terms of how much exactly it's going to pump, depends on several factors, as in like, will, for example, the lawsuit come to a conclusion in a positive manner for the holders in Ripple in this phase where coins can still be accumulated. Excuse me. because if it happens after huge, massive pumps, it'll be too late. As XRP always moves with the rest of the market and crashes with the rest of the market. There have been no exceptions so far, except when the SEC sued XRP, singled it out, and then crashed while everything was pumping. So historically, we know that XRP always pumps with the market and dumps with the market. So it's very important for the whole lawsuit to be won and to have a positive outcome for the holders on Ripple here in this phase before coins have pumped 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000%. Because once that happens, it's too late. It's not going to do much for XRP. But if it happens beforehand, that means that coins still have time. Exchanges have time to relist XRP. That means that there's no longer a thundercloud hanging over XRP, and it's no longer looked at as a dangerous coin. People start buying it because there's no longer, like I said, like this doom and gloom. They want, it's literally probably is like not a huge thing that will be going for it, that is finally a coin who's gotten regulatory clarity. And if it's relisted by exchanges, that means that we no longer have to be scared of SEC, while other coins in our portfolios that we hold, these projects will still have to be scared of the SEC. So it's going to give a lot of momentum if it happens now, in this macro accumulation phase that we just that we're in with some coins, and that we exited with some coins. Like, for example, Bitcoin is no longer in that macro accumulation phase, right? Excuse me. So if it happens now, that's good. That means XRP is going to pump very well. If it happens later, I still believe that it's going to pump still, despite the whole SEC thing, but not as well if it had gotten clarity now. It's very important also, please keep in mind that once, XRP does pump, or maybe even if it pumps very hard, right? This market is unpredictable. If we get positive news about SEC and the lawsuit after huge, massive pumps, make sure you do not try to play that. Because if you already made huge gains, your job, irrelevant of the news, is to secure profits and get out, right? Do not try to play the market with the news narratives or some kind of some kind of basically news being dropped, right? It can go either way very quickly. Do not try to do it, because it's basically gambling. It's like flipping a coin, it's a 50% chance, right? Where it's going to land. Good morning. Johnny Craig for MMA. Get in touch with Madman Merv, based in Dubai. Great coach. Thank you for that, Johnny. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, my friend. German is not so funny. German is not so funny? What do you mean, my friend? Ingborg, I'm still in the red, as I still hold bags from 2021. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I'm sorry to hear that. But I hope you've been, if you didn't sell, I hope that you did wait for the huge crashes and did accumulate near the local bottoms that we've had, and diversified. And I hope that you still have gunpowder in case Bitcoin does something new and we do crash below 15,000, therefore go much lower potentially. If not, bags are packed, and I still hope you dollar cost average near lows, my friend. How do XRP Pro? Hi, Rob. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? Zoom Coco. Hello, Rob. Sorry, you talked about BTR, but which one? Bitrue coin. BTR. The coin I was talking about is Bitrue exchange coin. Ingborg, what do you think about all the crackdown around crypto and maybe not be able to sell the coins later because it is forbidden? Is it also FUD? My friend, there's so much FUD out there, and not just FUD. There's so many different theories out there, right? That your mind is going to go crazy if you start thinking about them all. Anything is possible in this space because we're still like in the nascent stages. Crypto still hasn't had its .com bubble kind of moment. It's very important. If you're, for example, signed up to my newsletter, we did this analysis. I'm not going to go in depth about it because it's a very long thing. So just join the newsletter. The link is there at the beginning. If you scroll up, we spoke about basically the correlation of I don't believe a lot of narratives, but there's a fact basically that stocks and crypto do go together, right? So, for example, when crypto pumps, when stocks pump, crypto pump. When stocks dump, crypto pumps. There have been some exceptions. Therefore, once again, I do not like narratives, right? But if there's any kind of narrative I believe in, is that. And the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, right now, if you listen to all the narratives out there, so you got some people saying that this year Bitcoin is going to like $250,000 to $380,000, right? Excuse me. And then you have people who say that this year Bitcoin is going to pump to something like $50,000 and then crash to something around like $3,000 or $2,000. That is possible. That's what I call the dot-com bubble moment for crypto. Then there are people who are saying that we're in a 4-year cycle and we're bumping to something roughly like 100, 120K, maybe like 90K. And then the 4-year cycle happens and we crash, right? What I like, there are other theories, and there are other black swan events, and then there are people saying that Bitcoin is going to $500,000 and $1 million. And it's insane, basically. What I'm sticking to is what I see on the chart. What I see currently on the chart is that the 4-year cycle is intact. I'm following the plan. The second scenario that is possible, that is quite popular, and that is pushed by some people, some market analysts that I do respect. I'm not going to drop any names because I don't like to do that, but basic analysts that I do respect is that basically, I call once again, the crypto.com bubble, but different people call it differently. But let's say we pump to something like anywhere from 40 to 55K Bitcoin. And then whenever it reach all-time highs, and then we'll crash hard. And when we crash hard, I mean, we crash hard. You know what the targets are in the Millionaire spreadsheet. That's why they're there. And that's what I call the dot-com bubble moment for crypto. Why do I call that? Because I believe that the crash will be massive. And if that happens, it will be a huge opportunity. It will basically, that means, first of all, that market cycles are lengthening, that 4-year cycles are no longer intact. But at the same time, it means that it's a huge opportunity to make insane amounts of money in like the coming 10 years. So no longer 4 years maybe, but like 8 or 10 years, somewhere around that. Just like what happened basically like with Amazon, when it pumped like crazy in a dot-com era. After that, it crashed like crazy in a dot-com bubble. And after that, it became massive, huge worth. The market capitalization was worth trillions of dollars, right? So same kind of thing, I believe, is going to happen to crypto sooner or later. The thing is that I still don't know is if we're still going to make one last high for Bitcoin before it happens, or it's going to happen now, which is why once we reach that area, I'm going to make up my mind. I'm going to look at what basically the market is doing. I'm going to look what the stock market is doing, what the Dow is doing, what the altcoins are doing, and I'm going to make up my mind there. If I believe that everything is still fine, like the way that it is right now, because the bottom did come in roughly time frame wise where it was supposed to come in. It came in roughly after an 80% crash, as it always has. So everything is going according to plan. We started bouncing, making higher highs and higher lows, and building an ascending macro channel and reverse, as we'll always have in roughly the same time frame. There are going to be corrections here and there along the way. So we have to observe the market. What's a very important factor is if we lose a higher low, every single time Bitcoin has lost a macro higher low, it crashed into a bear market. That's the most important thing I'm looking at. And of course, the stock market, also what it's doing. So once we get there, right? I said this yesterday also. When you look at something from afar, you can see it, but you can't see it as well as if you come up face to face, up close, and then you're able to study it much better. So instead of basically, being amateurs, let's stay professional. Let's let the market evolve, get to the point where we need to make a decision, and then we make a decision. All my patrons, whenever I buy something, I sell something when the market update is needed. I it's there within minutes. And the same thing is going to happen there. Once we're in that area, I'm going to decide whether or not we're following the plan, and everything is the way it has always been, and everything is intact, and 4-year market cycles are intact. Or if they're not, I'm going to right away do an emergency update, alert all the patrons, and say, for example, if we're selling everything, or we're selling a portion or a half, we're selling a portion and a half, but basically all my patrons will be aware of it. How do I X-Pro? I'm okay. Got to go to hospital to see family member. I hope your family member is okay, my friend. Hospitals and family members. Yeah, I've been through a lot with that. Ingborg, yes, I continue to accumulate to lower my entries, and I diversified. Well done, my friend. Well done. Well done. That's good. Oh, Manjiro, my friend. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. Hey, Rob, missed you, man. You've been streaming at different times. Yeah, my friend. Yeah. Thank you for joining. It's good to see you. Florian, Rob, I have subscribed to the $99 tier. Awesome content. Thank you, my friend. What rough percentages in stables or fiat do you have on the sideline at the moment compared to deployed capital? Okay, if we're talking in terms of like my general net worth, I'm not going to address that. But if we talk about money allocated for investing, I would say probably around something like 55%, probably something around that. I would have to do the math again because the last few times that I did dollar cost average, I'm not sure that I recorded those entries in the sense, I mean, I recorded them in the millionaire spreadsheet and I recorded them in the $99 tier. What I mean is, like, I'm not sure I recorded the percentage that I did the math, but I think it's somewhere around like 55%, 50 to 60%, probably somewhere around that of my investment portfolio I'm willing to allocate. So if we do go lower, I still got probably somewhere around like 45% that's going to be put in there. But these sums, I would say they're significant. Of course, it's not some crazy, insane things like what other people do. But for me, it is a lot of money. Like if you know my story, I did come into crypto with $12,800, turned that into hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then into basically became a millionaire. So the sums are significant. And of course, a part of me wants to put the rest of the money into the market because of greed, right? But what I've learned, one thing I've learned is that you can't do that. You have to follow the plan. So if those, just like I was saying in Patreon many times, if those targets don't hit, those buy targets don't hit, too bad. We don't force entries. If they hit, they hit, right? We're never going to be perfect. We're never going to buy every single entry, and we're never going to get to sell every single exit that we have. That's why we're going to have stop losses. Once the market pumps hard, that's why we're going to be ready to adapt as we always have been. And that's why a lot of the targets have been hit, and we have dollar cost average and diversified, and some of them have not been hit. Canator. Hello, my friend. As always, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Robin, amazing entries. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Florian, Rob, what tier do we need to be subscribed to have access to your information, like the triggers you're talking about now? Well, my friend, there's basically the millionaire spreadsheet, which is only $5, right? And that's my main play. That's where the majority of my portfolio is allocated. So as long as you're subscribed on a monthly basis to a $5 tier, you're going to get updates in regards to all the 12 coins in that millionaire spreadsheet, and what I'm doing with the majority of my portfolio. Then there's also $99 tier, which is where I have a much smaller portion of my portfolio, which is what I call high risk, high reward plays. And those coins, basically, a lot of them will go to zero, and a lot of them will do 50 to 100x, right? And when I put in little sums, what I consider to be little sums, but when coins do 50, 100x, the profits, are substantial. And those updates are going to be for the $99 tier, right? And then I also have coins because I really like to diversify what I'm doing, right? I really like to mix it up. Then I also have 30x coins, right? That's, for example, available for $49 tier and upwards. So if you're a $99 tier member, of course, you have access to that too, right? And that coin, by the way, in that tier right now is doing very well. When I was buying it, it was like it wasn't anywhere near the top 100, and I'm excited because now it's in the top 100. So the coin is doing well, yeah, and looks like everything's going according to plan. And there have been other coins that have pumped like 300, 600%. A lot have retraced, but think about how well these coins are going to do. If one of them pumped 600% before Bitcoin even did 100%, I think Bitcoin was at that point up like 35 or 50%, and the coin was up 600%. Now imagine what's going to happen when Bitcoin keeps pumping further to like 45K or something, for example, and what these coins and altcoins are going to deliver and do. Very important to diversify, my friend. This is therefore very, very important to diversify. Different coins, they kind of take off at different times. Even altcoins, even when it's alt season, a lot of coins will take off like a few days or even a few weeks before other coins, and some coins will never deliver. Some coins will deliver very, very well. That's why you have to diversify. Robin, I always learn something watching your videos, Rob. Thank you so much for your candid insights. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that, my friend. I'm really glad to hear that, and thank you for the kind word. Hi, Rob. Always appreciate your sincerity, brother. Solid analysis. Agree to your macro review. Thank you, BP. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Sergio, hello, Rob. How are you doing? TT, hello, legend. Hello, TT. How are you doing, my friend? Jackie Carlin, in your opinion, how many X's do you think we can do? Jackie, what do you mean in terms of like portfolio or like coin, which coin, or are you asking about a specific coin, my friend? Uh, Florian, thank you very much for all the info. Are you in uranium? No, my friend, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I have in the so basically this is how it goes. I'm investing 12 coins that are my main plays in the millionaire spreadsheet. Then I have 23 coins in the $99 tier, which are high risk, high reward. And then so far, I believe in a $49 tier, there's only one 30x coin, and I'll be adding one either today or tomorrow. I've been thinking about it for a long time. I've been analyzing this coin for a long time and studying its behavior. And there are other coins also. And I finally decided to go for a new one. So I'll be adding it. Sag's dad, should I join the $99 tier with a short time frame for 3 months and expect a little profit like 3%? What you should do, Sag's dad, my friend, if you want to join, you can, because I release coins, right, when I think that they're supposed to be released, right? I don't release coins for the sake of basically people subscribing, just to make sure that they keep subscribed, right? I release coins when I deem that it's a good coin to buy at the right time and whatnot, right? So to answer your question, I believe that all coins are going to pump in the bullish phase of the cycle, right? So all coins, they pump together. Sometimes Bitcoin pumps separately, then Ethereum, and then we have the old season, right? The point being, though, that 3%, I mean, of course, I mean, they're coins like I just told you. So at one point, think about it, right? But this was, once again, remember when alts were pumping like 2 months ago, right? I think it was. So we had one coin do like 120%, another one was like up 170%, another one was up like 600%, and one was down like 20%, another 30%, others were up like 70, 80%. So the point being, altogether, of course, so the thing is, I don't know if it's going to be 3 months. It depends. I believe it's very possible that we're going to have a correction in the coming months, and Bitcoin is going to correct and bring altcoins down with it, right? So in a short time stamp like that, I'm not sure. In 2023, yes. In 2023, yes, I believe that there's going to be a lot more than 3%, my friend, a lot more. I just told you the percentages of what they did recently, and they're going to do a lot more afterwards. Jackie Carlton, in relation to our portfolio, how many X's can it do? Well, if everything goes according to plan, it can do 20 to 30x. That's what I basically did in the first market cycle when I came here. And if everything doesn't go to plan, we'll be looking, because if, for example, if I see that Bitcoin is looking toppy, and like I said, if there's some kind of deviation from what it has always been doing, and stocks are not delivering, and there are no new all-time highs, and basically market conditions have changed, we're going to come out in good profits, wait for the market to crash once again, buy low, and then we're going to have to wait longer, and then it will be a lot more excess, so the excess will be much higher. But if everything goes according to plan and the 4-year cycle is intact, and there are no new, basically, things happening, unexpected things happening, and everything's intact the way it is right now, 20, 30x, somewhere around that. Any thoughts on H bar? I'm dollar cost averaging big with this one, Robin. Yes, I have H bar in my portfolio, but please remember, Robin, don't favor one coin over another. Of course, I mean, if we're referring to like a blue chip or a low cap, of course, I understand favoring a blue chip over a low cap. That's why like I said, I invest little sums into the low caps that are high reward, high risk, high reward. But if we're talking about basically coins that are up there like in the top 100, don't really, excuse me, favor one coin over another. If you're dollar cost averaging, you're investing dollar cost average and invest with equal amounts of money. Babitra, hello, my friend. Thank you for joining. Riaset, hi Rob, love your content. Thoughts on SHX? Thank you for the compliment, my friend. I have no idea what SHX, my friend. I'm sorry. Ingborg, would love to hear your thoughts on Sol. Do you think it can make it again as it had a great run in 2021, or is it just pure guessing? Thanks. For me personally, like chart wise, Sol can pump, right? But for me, once again, there's just so much risk involved with Sol that I'm not touching it for now. Maybe in the future I'll change my mind, but I'm not touching them right now. I just believe that there are other projects that we can buy that are not as risky, right? That's all I can really say about it, my friend. Lee Alvin, just change another account as the previous is my working one. Thanks for your reply. You're welcome, my friend. Peace and prosperity to all. Liquidate. What do you mean, my friend? Chris Dinov, have you seen Credible Crypto's new video? He's calling for $100,000 end of the year. I have nothing but tremendous respect for Credible Crypto. He's a good friend of mine. We know each other 4 years on Twitter, and it's possible. Anything is possible. That's all I can say. There are a lot of things that my friends and I that we agree on, and a lot of things we disagree on, right? And all of us have made good calls, and all of us have made bad calls. We're going to see how it plays out. I'll sure be very excited if he was right and we did go to 100K this year. I would become much richer. Chris Dinoff, BCB calling for a reversal. What do you mean? He's calling for a correction. If he's calling for a correction right now, I completely understand why he would be calling for some kind of correction. But reversal is a very different thing. What do you mean? If you're saying that BCB is calling for a reversal right now, so you're basically saying that we topped out and we're crashing, so is that what you're trying to say? Either way, I have a lot of respect for BCB. He's one of the best in the game and a very bright guy. Ingborg, you're welcome, my friend. Chris Dinoff, yeah, correct. Absolutely, I understand. Chris. Why he's calling for a correction. It's very possible. If you actually look historically at the chart of Bitcoin, after such nice percentage increases, we did have a correction sooner or later. We can go to something like 32, like one very crucial resistance to break right now, because it's the last stop is $32,800. We can even breach that and go to like $35,000, but the correction is going to come in eventually. So we've had 30 and 40% corrections throughout the history of Bitcoin. So absolutely, I'm on board with him. I believe that that there can be a correction, absolutely. But to me, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to play this correction, right? So very often, for example, when we talk about these correction and what the market is going to do, to me, it doesn't matter because I'm a macro investor, right? I don't care if it's going to correct right now because I'm not planning to sell right now, then buy at a certain point, then sell again, right? And just overcomplicate the whole process for me. I'm just going to hold. And if it dips to something like 28, 27, 25,000, I don't care. I'm not going to add there either because I added much lower. I'm only going to add upon new lows, right? So I'm a macro investor. Though, like I said, the way I invest, I have to wait, over a year for the market to crash. Then I have to wait a very long time for the macro accumulation phase to finish. Then I have to wait a very long time for the slow climb and chop and crashes and retraces to happen. And then I have to wait a very long time for the last euphoria phase to come in to start selling and setting stop losses, right? The whole cycle. Jackie Carlin, thank you for your advice and insights. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate your compliment. Gary Barnett, Big Rob, hello, my friend. How are you? Draco, Flare seems like a good buy because of weekly and monthly rewards. If price stays like it is holding, 60K can reward 1,300 USD monthly and increases per month during almost 3 years, of course. Yeah, my friend, I just, I don't know. I'm not too big on Flare. I respect anybody who is big on Flare. Maybe it will fly like crazy. I'm just not too big on Flare. And, also, like I keep reiterating, I do not do staking. I do not do anything that has to do with interest, APY, all that stuff. I just don't do it because I don't trust anyone in my crypto. I don't really understand how these people guarantee these comebacks. That's why so many coins like Celsius and the Mashinsky thing that happened, right? Remember how big that thing was, right? How many people were into it. I never touched it. Right? I never touched a lot of coins because when I look at what they're doing, and I read up on them, I'm like trying to understand how they're guaranteeing these returns to me with all the staking and whatnot, right? Like how do they guarantee these returns to me? Like what is it so special that they can do that I can't do, right? So I like to trust myself with my money. I myself don't need staking. All I need is patience. I have the investment skills to take money and make much more money, right? So why do I need to do that? I don't know. I'd rather be patient, not do any staking, not trust people with my money because I do not trust people with my money, and just be patient and wait for the market cycle to play out. Jackie Carlin, I'm sorry I came late to the party, so excuse me if I'm asking something that's already been answered. But once a scale of 1 to 10x have, how confident are you that the 4-year cycle is still intact? Yeah, Jackie. So far, I am confident that the 4-year cycle is intact because we have nothing to indicate that it's not intact. Time frame wise and percentage wise, how much we have crashed, they have both aligned, and we bounced roughly in the area we were supposed to bounce, but started making higher lows and higher highs roughly in a, excuse me, time frame that we have always have. And so far, everything is going more or less the way it has always gone. Therefore, I have no reason to worry whatsoever. But the two very important factors are, right, is are we going to keep making higher lows? As long as we keep making higher lows in the macro, everything is fine. And is the stock market going to deliver? Like is the Dow going to make new all-time highs? Are the indexes going to make new all-time highs? If yes, everything is fine and we're pumping to new all-time highs. If, for example, stocks start crashing, and once again, if you're in my newsletter, you know what I'm referring to because we did a lot of analysis there in regards to the stock market, and the stock markets are in a position where they have huge potential to crash. They really do have potential for that, but we'll see. Will they crash after they make a new all-time high or not? So we're going to be looking out for that. If I see that stock markets are looking toppy, if I see that something is changing, right? If I start doubting that it's going to make new all-time highs, if I look at the market sentiment and we're already basically euphoria stage too early, and I see what altcoins are doing, if I see that altcoins are up significantly, but like Bitcoin is not doing much, or Bitcoin is popping straight up, but altcoins are not doing much. It all depends on all these different things, right? Once we get there, I'm going to make up my mind and I'm going to inform all my patrons what I'm doing, right? It's either everything is intact, 4-year cycle is intact, give or take roughly 4 years, right? And everything is going the way it's supposed to go, or something is different this time. And if this time is different, we're going to do something different too. So far, every cycle that I've been here, and even the cycles I wasn't here when you analyzed them, every single time people said this time is different, but it was never different, right? If you simply looked at percentages and time frames, everything worked out very well, and that's what I do, right? So far, once again, it's working out very well. If we once again look at percentages and time frames in the future, once we reach, Bitcoin reaches like something like 45 or 50K, and alts have pumped and whatnot. If something is different is happening, that means that we have to act differently. That means it's time for us to sell, or sell a portion, or sell a half of our portfolio, get out and then wait for the crashes, and start buying upon new lows. We'll see. We'll see, basically. You get custody of your Flare. I understand, my friend. I understand. Still, I respect, like I said, I know that there's a huge following with Flare and XRP and all that. I'm aware of that, but like I said, my friend, it's just not for me. Zoom Coco, what do you think of Atom? I would have to look at the chart, my friend. I have analyzed Atom, but it's been a while. That means that if I checked it out, looked at the chart, read about it, and I didn't buy it because I don't have it, I probably decided to skip it. But that was a while ago. Just talking about Flare as a single asset. I see what you mean. I see what you mean, my friend. We spoke about this also with you, right? I have yet to look at the chart. I will look at the chart. I promise you, my friend. I just have so much, I have 21 VIP tier students who are basically constantly on my phone, and with every single one of them, I have to do a video call once a week for 1 hour. And then I have to do the Patreon updates. I have to do constant analysis of the market. I have to check out the stock market. I have to check out the crypto market. I have to keep updated with all the coins in our portfolio. So I will get back to you with Flair person and the DMs. I promise you, my friend. Is just, I have enough on my plate. Thoughts on CSPR, Matthew? Yes, my friend. CSPR is a coin you can have. Just make sure, please, that you don't favor it over other altcoins. Make sure that you're diversified well enough into different coins with different narratives. CSPR is one of those coins you can own for sure. So yeah, my friends. Once again, if you're here, please kindly put a like. I would really appreciate that. Does anyone have any more questions, my friend? We've been here for 35 minutes already. Yeah, as a reminder, if you want to join my Patreon, here you can follow on Patreon. Here are the links. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter and you don't follow me on Twitter, here are the links, my friends. So yeah, my friends, basically stay patient. Stay patient. Don't do anything. Don't do anything emotional. Don't do anything silly. Don't chase green candles. We've been talking about this phase a while ago. There are some altcoins that can still buy. They're still down roughly 85% of their blue chips, and if they're mid caps, like 95%, and if they're low caps, 95 to 99.99%, right? As long as coins are down that amount in accordance with the caps that they are, you can still buy some altcoins. Some of these altcoins you can't buy anymore because they've pumped a lot. Bitcoin you can now buy because it's around 30K. 30K Bitcoin is a bad buy. You should have been buying after roughly 80% crash, right? Now it has pumped 100%, and for Bitcoin, that's a big move. So do not buy Bitcoin in this phase. Once again, if you're buying Bitcoin at 30K, if it does another 100% move, goes to 60K, that's a very huge high risk reward, and the reward is only 100%. So you can make 100% with other altcoins in a much easier, safer environment, right? So my friends, don't do anything silly. I hope that everybody has been following the plan, following the Millionaire spreadsheet, following the market updates. I hope you've been accumulating. When we're talking about accumulating, I hope that you followed every single buy signal that I gave on Patreon. And now all we have to do is be patient and see whether or not the market matures enough for us to start selling. And then if not, we have to wait and see if it gives us more great entries and if we can add more to our bags. Draco Magnus, go to the gym, bro. Stay safe. My love to the fam. Thank you, Draco. I appreciate that, my friend. My love to your family and friends too. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So, all right, my friends. In work, thank you. All right, my friends. Let's call it a wrap. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining. And I wish you an amazing day. Please put a like and bye-bye.